Future continuous tense. This tense is also known as future progressive tense. We will learn how to form future continuous tense and when to use this tense. We understand this tense with the help of an example. If we use future simple, we will say, I will come at 9 a.m. I will return at 1 p.m. That is, this is one action and this is the another action. If we use sentence I will be studying from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow. This is the action of studying which will be in continuous. That is, the action will be continuous. Studying will be continuous in future from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. From you will say this photograph. Here you will see that this is the present form. We are talking about at this time. This is the past. What has happened in the past? If we talk about the future, this is future. This is future. We are talking about that tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is during this duration you will be studying. I will be studying. That this action will be continuous in future from one time to another time. So here we use future continuous tense. Now we will see when to use this tense. It is used to express an action that will be continuous or in progress in future. We understand the usage of this sentence from some examples. There may be instance when the action may be continuous for a period in future. For example, I will be attending a conference from April 11 to April 13. That is, this action will be in continuous form for a period in future. Sometime we may use this tense to express an unfinished or an continuing action at a certain time in future. For example, at 2:30 p.m. I will be taking my English exam. That is, someone may ask you, what will be you will be free tomorrow? You may say no. At 2:30 p.m. I will be taking my English exam. There may be instances when we have to talk about parallel actions in the future. For example, I will be working hard next week while you will be relaxing on the beach. At next example, at 8 p.m. tomorrow, he will be watching TV and I will be cooking dinner. Next, we can use future continuous tense to ask polite questions. Will you be checking in early? This is type of tense is normally used when we are working in some hospitality industry to inquire from some customer. You may also use this tense for some interrupted action in future. I will be watching TV when she arrives tonight. Another example, when you come tomorrow, they will be playing cricket. This is the interrupted action. When you come, the action which is already going on is playing. We can also use future continuous to make predictions about the present. Suppose you are living somewhere else and not and your mother is at some other station. You may predict that my mother will be cooking dinner now. Another example is, do not call them now. You may predict that they will be having dinner. We can also use this future continuous tense to refer to actions that are happening now and expected to continue sometime in future. Your mother may be praying and it may take some more time. He may be busy in praying, so you may say, my mother will be praying for next 1 hour. Next example is, he will be playing cricket for next 2 hours. Now we come to time markers used in future continuous tense. What are those? These are while, when, this time tomorrow, this time next week, next month, next week, next year, etc. Now we come to the formation of future continuous tense. First comes the subject, then will, plus be, plus verb first form, plus ing, plus object. For example, I will be going there. So you will see that subject may be I, he, she, it, you, we, they. In all cases, we use will be plus first form of the verb plus ing. I will be cooking food. I will be working there. My friends will be cooking food. In all cases, we are using will be, then first form of the verb plus ing, and then comes the object. Now we talk about the positive, negative, and interrogative form of future continuous tense. In case of positive sentence, first comes the subject, then will plus be plus verb first form plus ing plus object. I will be eating pizza. In case of negative sentence, I will not be eating pizza. Here what we have added is only not. We have added only not here. I will not be eating pizza. You will not be eating pizza. This is the formation. Subject plus will plus not plus be plus verb plus ing plus object. In case of interrogative sentence, we have simply taken the will word to the front. Will I be eating pizza? Will he be eating pizza? Will they be eating pizza? Please don't forget to mark interrogation mark at the end of the sentence. First comes will, then subject, be, verb plus ing plus object. There may be instances when the question starts with WH questions. What are those? These questions are which start with what, why, when, where. What will I be eating? Or what will he be doing? Why will she be working? When will she be cooking? Where will he be living? In all these cases, we have added WH question before will. Next, we can also use certain contractions in future continuous. For example, I will be becomes I'll be. He will be becomes he'll be. In this case, we have removed I plus W. That is, we have removed these two words. W and I has been omitted and we have added apostrophe. Simply, apostrophe has been added and the subject and will has been made joint. He, you can see here, he'll be, she'll be, it'll be, will be. That is, will lafaz has been amended, wi removed, apostrophe added. In the case of negative sentence, will not becomes won't. Either we use it with he, she, it, we, you, they. In all cases, will not becomes won't. I won't be studying. I will not be studying becomes I won't be studying. He will not be studying becomes he won't be studying, and so on. Please note, these contractions are normally used in the verbal communication. That is, when we are speaking to someone else verbally. These contractions are generally not used in formal business communication or in academic writings. That is, we are not to use these contractions when we are studying or for study purpose. We are not to use these contractions. Only we are to use these contractions when we are talking with someone verbally in an informal way. Here you will see that we have added ing to the first form of the verb in future continuous tense. So now we see how we add ing. When you write verbs in present continuous tense, past continuous tense, or future continuous tense, you use the ending ing. That is, we add ing to the first form of the verb. Here are certain rules to help you add ing. Let us see what are those rules. First, there are certain verbs which end in a silent e. That is, e is not pronounced. In that case, we drop e and add ing. In case of use, e is not pronounced. Smile, e is not pronounced. Here we remove e and add ing. Use becomes using, smile becomes smiling. Then there are certain verbs which end in CVC pattern. What is CVC pattern? C stands for consonant, V stands for vowel. Vowel. What is vowel? What are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. In that case, those verbs which follow the CVC pattern, we have to double the last letter and add ing. Let us see examples. Here we have to start from the last C, V, C. S is consonant. All the alphabets except vowels are known as consonants. T is consonant, I is vowel, A, E, I, O, U. So here we will add double the last letter. Sit becomes sitting. Here you will also see that N is consonant, A, E, I, O, U. U is also a vowel. C is again a consonant. So run becomes running. We have to double the last alphabet. N has been doubled and ing has been added. In the same way, clap becomes clapping. However, sometimes there may be some exceptions to this rule. For example, open becomes opening. Here we have not doubled N. Visit becomes visiting. We have not doubled T. And in case of happen, we have happening. But here N has not been doubled. Normally, the last word is doubled in case of the verb following CVC pattern. Then there come certain verbs which end with IE alphabet. In that case, we have to drop IE and add Y plus ING. In this case of lie, we remove IE. In the case of tie, we remove IE. Then we add Y plus ING. Lie becomes lying, tie becomes tying. However, in the case of most verbs, we simply add ing. Eat becomes eating, no change. Only ing has been added. Send becomes sending, walk becomes walking. There are a lot of verbs which you can search on the Google, or that may be there in your books. You have to remember those verbs so that you can use the same in how you can use the same in continuous form. That is how they will be used in continuous form. How we can add ing, and what will be the formation of the verb after adding ing. Whether e will be removed or ie will be removed, you can only learn the same from online search or through books. When you continue reading the same, you will remember the same. Now we will see when we are not to use the future continuous tense. Answer is we are not to use this tense in case of stative verbs. What is stative verb? Let us see. Verbs are of two types: action verbs and stative verbs. Action verbs are also known as dynamic verbs. Action verbs express a physical action. These are verbs, that is, action verbs are, example are run, jump, swim, cook. Run becomes running, jump becomes jumping, swimming, cooking. We can use them in simple or continuous form. However, there are other verbs which are known as stative verbs. These verbs examples are such as like, feel, understand, love, want. These verbs describe a state or condition rather than an action. That is, no action is involved. These represent only a state or a condition. They often relate to thoughts, opinions, emotions, or mental state. These verbs are not used in future continuous form. That is, stative verbs are not to be used in continuous form. These are to be used commonly in simple future tense. For example, you cannot say, I am liking this book, I am feeling, I am understanding this tense, I am loving. You can say only in simple future tense. You can use stative verbs only in simple future tense. For example, in case of like, you can say, I will like you to move to my team. In case of love, you can say, no, can say loving. You can say, he will love the one and hate the another. That is, you are only using the first form of the verb and not to add ing in case of stative verbs. That is, stative verbs are not to be used in the continuous form, whether in past continuous, present continuous, or future continuous. Then there may be instances that we are to give short answers in future continuous. The question may be, will he be visiting USA? Answer will be, yes, he will. There is no contraction. In case of negative, you can say, no, he won't. Will you be eating dinner? Yes, I will. There is again no contraction. In case of negative, you can say, no, I won't. Will she be attending the class? Yes, they will. No contraction in between they and will. They have been written fully. However, in case of negative, in case in the place of no, they will not, you will use no, they won't. Now we discuss certain mistakes we commonly make in future continuous tense. Spelling. She will be writing a letter. As you know that we use the first form of the verb and plus add ing. In case of write, when we add ing, as already told, there are certain verbs where e is silent, we have to remove e. So write plus ing becomes writing. E is removed. So here E will be removed. She will be writing a letter. Next, we will be swimming in the river. Here, fault is here. Swim plus ing becomes swimming, because here it follows the CVC pattern. We have to double the last alphabet and plus add ing. She will be lying. As already told, there are certain verbs where we have to remove ing and then add y plus ing. So lie becomes lying. She will be lying. Then if someone asks you a question and you reply, yes, I will, then you have not to use contraction. You have to answer in this way. Yes, I will. You will not use this contraction. Then question may be, what she will be cooking. You will see here that in case of WH questions, WH question is followed by will. What will she be cooking? There may be questions like that, will she be cooking? But in case of WH questions are followed by will, then comes the subject. What will she be cooking? Next, there may be some fault in tense. I cannot call at 6 p.m. as I will be traveling. We have to add ing to the first form of the verb. Travel becomes traveling. I will be traveling then. Then comes stative verbs. As already told, you cannot use the stative verb in continuous form. That is, we cannot make it understanding, liking. We have to use it in the present form. Understand, like. You will understand, present continuous tense. We will like this movie. Next, practice positive. I will be going. I will be going. We will be waiting. They will be playing later. Here what we have done, we have added will plus be plus verb first form, then ing. They will be plus verb first form. Now we do negative formation. He will be attending the meeting. So here we have written formal. If we answering in formal, we will not use won't. We will use it, we will write it as, that is, someone has asked you whether he will be attending the meeting. The answer is he will be attending the meeting. He will not be attending the meeting. So in case of formal, you are not to use any contraction. You will not say he won't be attending the meeting. You will write in formal way, he will not be attending the meeting. However, if we are talking in an informal way, that is, we are talking verbally, then you can say he won't be studying. That is will not becomes will not be becomes won't be. Hina will not be becomes Hina won't be, as we have made it negative. Now we are to form the interrogative form of the sentence. She will be playing cricket. So it will become will she be playing cricket? Please don't forget to add question mark sign at the end of the sentence. Next form, this has been written only for your understanding purpose. Now he will be studying from 7 to 9 p.m. Here hint has been given that the interrogative sentence has to begin with when. So what will we do? When will be followed? WH question will be followed by will. When will he be studying? Please don't forget to add question mark sign at the end of the interrogative sentence. Next comes practice 2. My son will be playing in the garden. What we have done? We have added will plus be plus first form of the verb plus ing. He do his homework. He will be. Do becomes doing. He will be doing his homework. I cook food. It will become I will be cooking food. You dash learning English. You will be learning English. Here, there are certain verbs. We are to add ing. Agree becomes agreeing. Only ing has been added. Flee becomes fleeing. Die becomes ie has been to be removed and y added. Dying. It becomes dying. Visit becomes visiting. We have not doubled the last alphabet. Admit becomes admitting. Here T is doubled. Admitting. Prefer becomes preferring. R has been doubled. Begin becomes beginning. Only through practice you can come to know what shape the verb will take after adding ing. For that purpose, you have to search Google or your books. What shape will the verb take after adding ing? You will have to remember the same. Now comes the summary of this future continuous tense. If it is positive sentence, we will write it as he will be visiting USA. In case of negative sentence, will not be becomes he won't be visiting USA. In case of interrogative sentence, the sentence will begin with will. It will be followed by subject plus be, then will come first form of the verb plus ing plus comes object. Will he be visiting USA? And at the last of the sentence we have added interrogation mark. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.